James hasn't made a video in 2 days. He must be dead. No, I don't know why people always assume that if you don't make a video for a couple of days, you're automatically dead. But no, I'm okay. I was just a little busy, so no, I'm not dead. I'm alive. I'm okay. And today's video is actually going to be another discussion video. So for those of you guys who don't know, these discussion videos are essentially about Minecraft on the console, and I take a lot of sometimes viewer suggested ideas and really talk about what I think the likelihood of seeing them would be and maybe how they would work in the game. So now for those of you guys who haven't seen these videos before, I will have a link in the description to one where I talked about the idea of having spawn eggs in survival, like mob eggs, where you can spawn obviously different NPCs and creatures into the game in survival mode versus having to be in creative mode like it is now. And this one kind of stems off of that. So if you guys haven't seen that video, or you guys haven't seen it for quite a while, because that was probably about 2 months ago that I made that video, you guys can go, or I guess about a month, you guys can look back on that video because it kind of has to do with this one, because today we are going to be talking about the idea of being able to get customizable XP farms. So actually on that last video you can see here Nathan Lee or Nathan Lai, one of the two. I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong, but he said there should be a rare drop mine spawner. So essentially, I'm just going to go ahead and paraphrase it here because it is kind of long. He says that essentially, when you go ahead and you mine up a spawner that you come across in your world, when you mine it up, there should be a very, very, very rare chance or a small probability that when you mine that up that you will actually get a spawner block. And with that spawner block, you can then put it down and use it as a normal mob spawner for, you know, maybe an XP farm, you know, a mob grinder, or anything like that in your survival world. So essentially what he's saying is that you can get mob spawners that you can move around the world and then use them however you want. Now he also goes on to say, this is really the main reason I picked this, right? Because it's really not the fact that you could maybe get spawners as a drop, but actually how you would use them and how you could customize them. So he goes on to say that if you were going to take, say, a mob egg, right, or a spawn egg that you got from, you know, a mob drop, like, again, so right now we're talking all in survival mode, right? Let's assume that we're not in creative mode. Now, granted, this would be super cool if it was in creative mode, just because then you'd be able to put spawners wherever you wanted to, but for the purpose of this discussion, we're going to go ahead and be talking about survival mode. So let's pretend for a minute that you just mined up a spawner, and you got back a spawner. Now, that spawner is going to be completely empty, so regardless of if you mined up like a zombie or a skeleton or a spider spawner or a pig spawner or whatever you mined up, whatever kind of spawner, when you actually got the block, let's pretend for a minute that now it is a blank mob spawner, right? There's nothing in it, so you put it down and nothing is going to spawn unless you take a spawn egg, right? Either like a creeper or a zombie or an ocelot or whatever kind of spawn egg that you have, and then you left click it on that spawner, and then boom, that spawn egg goes inside of there, and now that spawner has become the spawner of whatever kind of spawn egg you just put on the mob spawner. So I hope that made sense. So essentially you put down a blank mob spawner that you just mined up, right? And then when you put a spawn egg on it, that spawner then becomes whatever the spawn egg was. So I think that makes sense. I know it's kind of confusing maybe the way that I said it, but I think it makes sense. And how cool would that be? Right, so currently, right now, if you want to get mob spawners in Minecraft console and put them where you want them to be, you actually have to use like a mod tool and go on your computer and use a flash drive and put it in here and do this and download that, and just to be able to get a mob spawner where you want it to be. And or if you want to, you know, get a mob spawner in some location, you have to find one and then build whatever you want to around it, right? And that is an absolute pain in the butt, especially for people who are building maybe like adventure maps and things like that, where they don't want to have to put spawn eggs in dispensers to spawn mobs, which is kind of how you have to do it now. But what if you could actually have mob spawners that you could make and customize in your worlds? Just think about how cool that would be for adventure maps, especially, right? Adventure maps, that would be so totally cool. Or people who are building like a super massive custom map, right, on their survival world, where they have like a survival world and they have everything on it, but they don't have a mob spawner because they couldn't find a mob cage, you know, in the right spot where they could use it and spawn stuff and build an XP grinder around it. And this would just allow them to do that. I just think this would be like one of the super cool things that I think that they could add as a console exclusive on Minecraft. So as we all know, like I guess maybe some of you guys don't know, 4G Studios in the past has talked about making Minecraft console different from the PC, and I really think that this would be a super cool way for them to do that, right? Give us a feature that would allow us to effectively create custom spawners anywhere we wanted to in the game at our own discretion and be able to use them however we wanted to in our world. Like I said, for adventure maps, for for XP grinders, for all kinds of different things, and that would just be totally, totally awesome. So I don't know. I really thought that this was a cool idea, and I really wanted to give a shout out to Nathan Lee for this idea, or Nathan Lai, however you say it. Again, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but I think this would be super, super cool, and I wanted to bring it to you guys and see what your guys' thoughts are. So make sure that you guys do go ahead and comment down below your guys' thoughts on this, because these discussion videos aren't just me talking to myself in a microphone, right? It's a discussion, a literal discussion, and I want to hear you guys' comments down below, and I will try and respond to some of those tonight if I can get around to that, so you guys can, you know, we can kind of have a little discussion down in the comments section, because that is really, really what these kinds of videos are about. Now, in addition to that, down in the comments section, also comment down below what other kind of console exclusive features you guys would like to see, and also please do let me know down in the comment section if you guys like these kinds of discussion videos where I kind of probe your mind, kind of see what you guys are thinking on certain things, and we can kind of put together, you know, some super cool ideas that maybe Microsoft will see and they'll be like, oh, maybe we can add this into Minecraft, because this is what the community wants. So anyway, that's kind of the purpose of these videos. See what you guys want, see what you guys are liking, and see how creative you guys are out there. So anyway, that's probably about it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and like I said, do let me know with a like or a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, and I will be sure to make some more in the future. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and if you guys have not subscribed, make sure you do so, and I will see all of you guys later. Peace.